All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready as you'll ever be?
Yeah.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terri.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Just Talking Out Loud. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terri.
And we're happy to be with you, and I have a special announcement to make, which I just remembered. SpeakPipe is now available.
Oh.
So our listeners can, if you go, there's a, below our episodes, there's a little title, like it tells you about the episode. And in the box, it has our website. And you'll see it says SpeakPipe. And you click on SpeakPipe, and then this little box will come up with a microphone. And you can record it right from your phone if you have something you want to say. And it'll go right to our website. We can listen to them. And then next week, we can, if there's something you guys want us to talk about or something you'd like to know about us, then you can put that on there. I think it records about a minute, and that's the free version. I'm not going to do the
Paid version.
paid version. I mean,
Yeah. If you have a question or a comment, keep it around a minute.
yeah, it's going to be about a minute, but yeah, which is minutes long. I mean, it's longer than you think when
Yeah.
you start, really putting it together. But if you're long-winded like Terri, then you'll go way over the minute. You like to talk, but you know how to put it together in a minute, I think.
Not when I just have a question.
Okay. You might just might be a good question. But anyway, so SpeakPipe is ready to go. And so hopefully you'll use it. And then today I got an email about YouTube, so we can upload the RSS feed that we use to that. So we may try that too. I tried to do some of it. Well, I shouldn't say I tried because I was working, but tried to do some of it, but it just didn't work. It's hard to do it. You got to do it here.
When you're trying to do it, yeah.
I'm going to try and work on that too tonight. And then I got a lot of bathroom stuff to talk about. I don't know why. It all started working with the toilet. I don't know why it's toilet.
Is that because we were redoing our shower in the
No,
bathroom?
I know it was before that because we had been trying to get the shower done, and then it kind of
We've had tile in there about a year.
Yeah, just about. And so now we're going to be getting into that. So it's going to cut into my me time, like Zachary likes to say, my me time. I have no me time anymore. My me time is gone, but that's okay.
Well, you're still doing this in your radio station, so.
Yeah. Well,
but you get up at 4:30 in the morning to have me time.
Exactly. And that's why I go to bed early for my me time with Terry's like, you're already sleeping. Well, yeah.
7:30, 8 o'clock, you're snoring.
I'm out. I'm ready to. That's old age too, though. Have you ever heard, I don't know if you've heard, you are trying a new diet. What's it called? It's a metabolic
diet or something like that.
So we bought lots of beans, lots and lots of beans, but we didn't have any beans today. We had Mediterranean salad.
There was beans.
Well,
in it.
chickpeas. Chickpeas. Well, you want to tell what it is?
Chickpeas and quinoa, kale with lemon and salt, sea salt rubbed in it. And then sweet potatoes and chickpeas and quinoa. And you just layer it up, and you don't even cook the kale. And then there was a tahini, however you say that, tahini, but it called for half a cup of tahini, but I don't know where I was supposed to put it, and almond milk. So maybe it was supposed to be, I don't know. It never told me how to put that in there, and garlic and stuff. So I made tahini sauce out of all that, and we just, but I didn't make as much as they said, because it would have been a half a cup of almond milk, and I didn't use that much.
What was the dill? Was that?
The dill was in the tahini sauce, but see, and it just listed dill and garlic and that, and I didn't know where else to put it, so I put it in the tahini, in the sauce, and it said tahini sauce to taste. I don't know. It didn't.
Huh.
So I don't
It was-
know if I did it
was
quite
different.
right.
It was different. I think we could all.
Because I didn't put any seasons on the like sweet potatoes and chickpeas, or I did put turmeric. It did tell me when I was cooking the quinoa to put turmeric in there and salt and pepper or something. I don't know. There was a couple seasons, but then the other seasons that were listed there, I just assumed they were for the sauce that they made.
Yeah. So today we had Mediterranean salad, right? So it's called. And then
Mediterranean bowl. It was a Mediterranean
And then
bowl.
yesterday we had, what was it yesterday?
Salmon.
Salmon. That's right. We had salmon.
Salmon and Mediterranean vegetables.
Yeah, they were different. They were good though.
They were like a balsamic vinegar, and it was roasted sweet peppers and onion, red onion, roasted sweet peppers, a red and a orange or yellow sweet pepper. What else was in that?
I don't know, but it had a nice. It was good. It was
there
good. I like the
there
vegetables.
wasn't sweet potatoes in there. What was there?
No, there was no sweet
Trying
potatoes.
to think. There were mushrooms, portobello mushrooms, sweet peppers. I can't remember. Oh, asparagus and green beans.
Yeah, green beans.
But the asparagus kind of dried out in the oven because you oven roasted that too with the balsamic vinegar dressing.
We had to go back out and get green beans because Terri ate the whole first package of green beans dry and right out of the package.
Yep.
She was so hungry.
That was my 3 days of all green
So you
vegetables.
get them all in one day, all the green beans in one day, 3 days worth in one day.
And my poop's still green
Yeah, you think she was
from the 3 days of that.
She says, oh, and she has to give me the play-by-play of her poop. It's green again. All right, thanks. Thanks for giving me the update on the poop.
That means I'm
Appreciate it.
healthy, right?
Well, I guess it's, depends, right? Because the color always makes it different. What is it that's, well, yeah, I would assume it is because it's all the greens and the.
That I've been eating.
It's it's
I
coming
ate for
through.
3 days. I ate
So
nothing
I would
but
assume
green vegetables.
It's going to turn it a color, other than corn, it always comes out yellow. Doesn't
it
matter.
comes out like corn.
Yeah, just like corn. Like you could just scoop it out and put it back in the bowl and
That's so gross.
heat it up and have some more. Yum,
That's so
yum.
gross.
But I wanted to get a little bit about what you've been reading. This book is a Dr. Living Good,
yeah.
and he has this metabolic type of diet and
No, that was a different diet
I'm on
than
two different.
Living Good. I've been reading the Metabolic and Dr. Living Good. I've been doing both. And Dr.
So
Living
you got me
Good,
all confused.
Yeah,
I don't know what
but
we're
Dr.
doing.
Living Good, he believes our healthcare system is broken. Amen to that. I mean, we all
it is
know
broken.
it is
There's
broken.
no two ways about
But
that.
he believes in eating only real food, and that we overeat.
Well, I think
And
we could.
he says if you have any kind of health problem, like diabetes, heart problems, anything, you need to go off of all bread, all sugar, all packaged food, and get back to eating real food. No carbs at all if you've been diagnosed with something. And you can turn your diabetes and your heart problems around by eating real food,
Well,
healthy food.
I know that Billy Gardell, who's used to be on Mike and Molly, was guy weighed. I don't know. I don't want to guess. He was a very big man.
guy.
You wouldn't even recognize him today. That's how much weight he's lost. And he is off his diabetic medicine. He is off all his medication. And they told him he got to a point where he had to do
something
it.
like that.
So I'm wondering what was the diet? What was, and because he said it was you have to change the whole thought process.
So that's what I'm trying to. Now, the metabolic diet is more, they say, for hormones. It's more of a women's diet for hormones and like for menopausal women.
So we're doing we're doing the metabolic, not Dr. Living Good.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing both. I'm kind of mixing them. He says you go off of everything, all rice, all grains, all everything except veggies and lean meat and some fruit.
Okay.
Until you lose the weight. And then you reintroduce some things. And then it's okay to have like a sweet potato or a potato once in a while. But he still does not eat a lot of carbs.
And is this similar to the Dr. Wayno you were on? You lost 30 pounds on that one.
Well, the Wayno diet has 2 starches on it every day, but they're processed. They're like a light bread or a light English muffin or a rice cake or something like that. And like Living Good says, no processed food. And he also had those proteins in the packets that are processed. Who knows how many chemicals or whatever? I don't know.
What's it
But
like?
I did lose weight on it.
You did. You lost 30 pounds. So whatever it was, it all worked together to get your metabolism to work.
Yeah.
So it worked. Can't say it didn't work because it did.
So now I've put on 15 pounds.
I don't know about that, but we're trying something different. And
So I'm trying to just eat healthier.
because when you eat sugar, you want more sugar.
Yeah.
That's just
So that's why I do the 3 days green vegetables, because that's kind of helped me on the Wayno diet.
yeah. You've done that before.
So every time I really am craving sugar, I kind of do 3 days green vegetables, and that takes my cravings away.
Okay.
And I like green beans, and I don't mind, having a salad and then a handful of raw green beans or broccoli or, cucumbers. I like cucumbers and celery too. So
Well, the reason I kind of want to get into that because this first story actually is not about the toilet. It's about banana peels that can is actually a secret ingredient to make healthier sugar cookies. So I read this story, and I'm going to read it to you now because we've been into this kind of thing where, you've been using like coconut sugar. Is that right? Coconut sugar.
Coconut sugar.
You've been using, what is the flour? There's a cup to cup. Is
Cup
that?
to cup or
What was the other one?
coconut flour.
Coconut flour.
And then we looked for spelt flour in the things that are in
Spelt,
the
yeah.
Mediterranean or metabolic or Mediterranean or whatever.
We were
you
out
wanna
for a
call it.
while looking for this stuff.
Oh, yeah. And we could not find quinoa
The
flakes or
noodles.
quinoa.
The noodles.
And we couldn't find the noodles, and we couldn't find the quinoa flakes or quinoa flour.
Yeah. So they were asking, how do you make sweet treat like sugar cookies more nutritious? Now, I think, didn't you try to make? No, you didn't make sugar cookies with
No, I
anything.
didn't. I've tried all other kinds of cookies with to make them better for you, like gluten-free for Lexus.
I hope I have the other part of this, but basically what it says is a new study says that adding a banana peel to your recipe to make sugar cookies more nutritious, researchers have found that using banana peel flour, and they'll explain how you make it, in the sugar batter. You think about a banana, right? And the sugars that are in the banana.
It's very sweet.
And I love bananas.
It's
I'm
sweet.
a banana, I love my banana in the morning. I've kind of gotten used to that, but it's a lot of sugar. But it's natural sugar.
Right.
And you can stick an organic sticker on bananas, but who the heck knows if it's really organic anyway. So it said you add this banana peel flour to the sugar cookie batter because it's loaded with these nutrients in the peel itself. So now a lot of people are trying this. The skins, they say, are extremely fibrous, makes them tough and raw to eat, obviously. When you grind them down into a flour, then the peels contain amounts of fiber, magnesium, potassium, and antioxidant compounds just in the peel itself. Now, I was hoping this told me how to, because there was one where it said how to
make it.
How you put it in a blender, and you keep going. And I can't find the other part.
Which I blew up today.
You blew up, yeah, you blew it up. But I can't find my paper that says how to make the actual flour.
The banana peel flour.
So I'm really upset with myself because, well, we're kind of I guess we're a little bit, I don't want to say rushed, but we are a little bit rushed. But I want to make sure you're in. But the next time I come on, I'll have to find the bottom part of this paper
if you find it along the way
to make the banana peel flour. I always thinking that it would add, I don't know. I don't know if it would be like the banana itself, because the banana has such, it's, if you like bananas, a lot of people don't like bananas.
Well, I mean, that's what I
like
put in my
bananas.
smoothie when it's too bitter or, when I can't drink it. That's my sugar for my smoothie, you know.
Right. Okay, before we get to mewing, we're going to talk about... Or no, we're going to talk about mewing now.
What's a mewing?
That's what I'm going to tell you, what mewing is. Now, if I ask you, Terry, what is mewing?
It's what a cat says.
Well, a cat would be meow, wouldn't it? Not a mew.
Mewing.
Mewing.
He goes, mew, mew.
This orthodontist, his dad came up with this this idea that he can change the shape of your jawline just by the placement of your tongue in your mouth. People they claim that it helps with sleep apnea, sinusitis, sinuses, sinusitis, how you say it?
Sinusitis.
And other conditions. Now, this mewing became the work of a British orthodontist named John Mew, M-E-W.
Okay.
And he and his son picked up, this was back in the 90s, then his son, Michael Mew, is also an orthodontist. He started to promote a form of orthodontics called orthotropics, and it focuses on the jaw posture and how you retain the position of the tongue. Now, Britain's General Counsel wants to strip him of his license because they say this is this
New
whole
wave.
idea is this new whole, which it started in the 90s. It's let's face it, orthodontics has to do with putting metal in your mouth to straighten your teeth, unless you're able to do the Invisalign,
Right.
which is a little bit different. But it still moves
Your teeth around.
Like when RJ had that thing in the back of his, and it made me
Expander.
I couldn't do it. You had to tighten it, and it made me. Remember when we tried these? You need to try and do that. And I couldn't do it. I got sweaty. I'm like, I can't take this
Little
Allen
key.
wrench into his mouth
And
to
turn it.
to make his jaw. Yeah. Anyway, John and Michael Mew, they didn't actually coin the term mewing. That wasn't their idea. It stems from an online movement among people who wanted to change the appearance of their jawlines using these ideas from orthotropics. It was intended, they said, for young children because young children are still growing. So
Like some of them have a V. Alexis was growing in a V, and she had to have an expander like that too, so they would grow right.
Right. Well, this isn't. There's no expanding. It's about. I'll tell you how you do this. How you mew. But this was actually.
And does he have different places for different things like sinusitis or?
No, it all works. It's one way of placing your tongue.
Okay.
And then, but this was actually mostly intended for young kids because they're still growing and they're able to manipulate, if you will.
Maybe put pressure on a certain place to make it wider or whatever.
So here's how you do it. You ready? So you can try this. I won't be able to talk and then do this.
Okay.
So first you close your lips. Okay. You move your jaw so that your front teeth, I'm sorry, let me go back. You move your jaw so that your front bottom teeth are just behind your upper teeth, your upper front teeth, okay? Then you cover the roof of your mouth with your tongue. Place the tip of your tongue right behind your front teeth without touching the teeth. So you would just kind of, be right at the, close to the teeth. All right. Now, they said what you do then is you're supposed to flatten your tongue with the top of the roof of your mouth, even the back. Mm-hmm. So it's relaxed. Somehow,
so it's relaxed. I'm pushing on it.
Well, I didn't say push, but I'm sure that's part of it. It says some suggest you could find the right position if you try to make the word thing. So you go ning. It's like ning, ning sound, like wing, ing. Others suggest that you focus on breathing out your nose instead of your mouth because you have to have your mouth closed in order to do this mewing. So there's no serious research that says this changes the shape of the jawline. or any other issues. Experts say it's unlikely you'll see any permanent damage. But they said this is like a jawline exercise too, if you need to do that. But that's mewing. That's what this. They say it helps with misalignment of teeth, helps with the upper and lower jaw of misalignment, helps with TMJ.
I can feel it in my jaw.
They said that it helps with TMJ, and also loose or chipped teeth or misaligned pressure. They said that helps too, but there's no evidence per se, according to experts, that it actually works. And they were saying there are any risk. Says your jawline is complex, and that you could, over a length of time, it could cause some problems with the movement of teeth and stuff. So I don't know, that's mewing. I just thought that was interesting that this guy might lose his license all over mewing, but it's not really mewing because he says the like in thing. He really says that. Well, that sounds like we're doing something else.
Yeah.
We better move on.
Okay.
That was really good, Terri. I really liked your.
I mean, I can feel it in my jaw when I put my.
But it's hard to get your tongue to go flat on top of your mouth.
No, I don't. I just thought when you said relax.
You're supposed to relax it on top of the roof of your mouth.
But so to relax it, I was pushing because when you said put it on the top, I was pushing.
I think
but then when you said relax, I relaxed it a little bit more.
I think that's natural though. You want to, because you're trying to push your tongue up to the top of your mouth.
Yeah, I am pushing it a little bit.
I can't do it. Anyway, that's the mewing. If you ever want to try it, I don't know why you'd want to try it, but as we get older, I don't think it would work for us.
So if it helps sinusitis, maybe it cleans out all that sinuses right about there.
They used to do that on The Odd Couple. He used to have that. Remember when he'd clear out his sinuses? He'd go, wah, wah.
Yeah.
So that's if I hear you doing ning, ning, then I'll know you're. This podcast has really turned into like sound effects. Yeah. All right, let's go to our toilets. You ready?
Okay.
A couple things you can do with your toilet. This is a bathroom bombshell. You ready? Yeah. And we've said this before, but a new study reveals that viruses are shooting out of your toilet every time you flush. Close that
lid when you flush.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't? It still gets out?
That's right. A simple act of flushing the toilet. You don't give second thought. You really don't. It's mundane. A lot of people, sometimes people don't even flush the toilet, so it wouldn't matter anyway. But they were talking about understanding the bathroom hygiene. And so the American Journal of Infection Control might have you thinking twice about a public restroom especially. The journey begins with this simple question. Does closing the lid actually prevent the spread of germs? And we've talked, they did this on that, what was that show? They used to do all those tests and stuff.
Oh, that Zachary watched. Oh, no. I even said I could picture the girl on there.
Yeah. The two guys, right? One was bald with a big old mustache.
Yeah.
And
Mythbusters.
Mythbusters, thank you. I'm sure Penny was
and
yelling.
And they did say that it was less with less germs with the lid closed than with it open.
Penny usually yells at the radio whenever she's listening to us, trying to get me to know the words.
Oh.
Never works.
Okay.
Apparently I'm not listening. So they asked the question, does closing the lid actually prevent the spread of the germs? And so researchers from the University of Arizona conducted the challenge, and they introduced all these bacterias, MS2, into the toilet bowls and into public restrooms. And apparently MS2 is safe, and you can flush it, and it's not a big deal. So they flushed the toilets with the lid up and the lid down, and then they collected samples.
The public restrooms don't have lids usually.
That's true. They don't. But this is, they did, I don't know where they did this. It says public restroom. They did both.
Some of them don't. I mean.
But yeah, some do, some don't. Depends on where you're going. Some collected samples from various surfaces like the seat, the handle, the floor, even the air. The lid position was inconsequential. Contrary to popular belief, closing the lid did little to contain the spread of the whatever is in your toilet, whatever you left in there. Widespread contamination. Post-flush, the virus was detected on numerous surfaces, indicating it just spread throughout. And then number 3, the power of disinfectants. Cleaning with disinfectant usually reduces the presence of the viruses in your bathroom. So there you go. If you're looking to close the lid thinking it's going to help you, it won't. But there is a way to help with the smell. Did you know this, Terri? You know, you've been making a lot of stuff with garlic. Mm-hmm. If you throw garlic in your toilet, it adds, I mean, we know that garlic adds a lot of flavor if you like garlic. Turns out the garlic is amazing for your toilet. What you do is, the concept is very simple. All you have to do is take a single clove of garlic, drop it in your toilet bowl before you go to bed. And as you sleep, the garlic releases its natural aroma. And then its antibacterial and antifungal properties, it all works together to neutralize odors, leaving your bathroom smelling much fresher by morning until you get in there and take your morning morning poo, and then it all goes to pot again. So you have to do it. So if you're looking for something, yes, maybe has some unpleasant smells, garlic is just a new way.
Well, if you had a drain problem a while back and then you put the garlic in, it might get the smell of the drain. You know what I mean? How if a house has been closed up and the drains haven't been used, sometimes the drains stink.
Right. And
it might work in that, you know.
It says garlic is a natural deodorizer too. And if you've been battling like yellow stains in the toilet, we got a trick. So here it is.
Okay.
You take, let's see, let me find the hack. Where is it? I had it and now it's gone. Battling yellow stains, a surprise effect of solutions called garlic tea. You simply peel and crush or chop a few garlic cloves, steep them in hot water for about 15 minutes, then pour the garlic tea, is what they call it, into the toilet bowl, ensuring it covers the stains. The garlic's sulfur compounds, the antibacterial and cleansing abilities, work their magic, breaking down the stain, and next thing you know, you have a sparkling, clean
So it's garlic
toilet.
too. Okay.
So you can not only get rid of some of the smells,
But the stains.
nice and fresh, but if you have some stains, it's also very eco-friendly for your plumbing too. So you don't have to worry about that too. So garlic does more than just add flavor to your food. So there you go. Just trying to help people out with some ways to help their bathroom problems. And then I have these bathroom confessions. 8 in 10 people use the toilet like a garbage can. That shouldn't surprise you, probably.
Like a garbage can? What do you mean?
Yeah,
They
just flush everything down there. It says 8 in 10 adults flushed something that they shouldn't have down a toilet.
Well, that's horrible
8 out of
because
10.
your pipes will, yeah.
Oh, then they wonder why it's clogged.
And then
Especially
they wonder why
those-
they have to pay a plumber.
Especially those wipes.
Oh, yeah. People, yeah.
Those wipes are the
If you're
worst.
going to use the wipes, you don't put them in the toilet.
No, you shouldn't.
I think they have come up with
They
some
say-
flushable ones, but
I
I
don't even
wouldn't
know
do
if that's-
that because they, certain toilet papers don't even dissolve good enough, I don't think.
Yeah, true. Well, especially if you want to go, you don't want to do the one ply. It's
Yeah.
like sandpaper.
When your
That's
finger-
why you need the bidet. You got to have the bidet to clean yourself up. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. The study found that 21% have disposed of hair in their toilet, 27% have ditched tampons in the toilet, and some adults have even flushed animal waste. Well, I mean, it's poop.
If it's animal poop, it should go down.
Should be a big deal, I wouldn't think. Cigarette butts, makeup, medicine, cooking grease are other things that people have put down their toilet. They think, it's almost like they think it's a garbage disposal, but it doesn't really work that way. All you're doing is lining your pipes up with a lot of, especially grease.
Especially grease, then that's going to stick all the way down.
Some people said they've even chucked something solid down the drain. Well, that just doesn't make any sense. But no one knows how, they have 56% have no idea what that impact does on their sewage systems. Nobody. They don't know. So you got to, you just can't throw everything down the drain, down the old, it's bad enough you got that giant, turd that you can't get down with the whole toilet paper, a roll of toilet paper.
I don't have that problem.
What?
Giant turds going down
You don't
the
have,
drain.
you just do rabbit. Where?
I don't know, but we've had that problem with other people using it.
Oh, yeah. We've had backups for sure. Yeah. So anyway, that's the toilet. You know what? I have another one. Speaking of toilet paper, was we speaking of toilet paper? People have infections because they don't know how to use toilet paper.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Experts have revealed that wiping incorrectly can lead to some pain and infections.
I can imagine.
Some people say, and this is where the bidet comes in, a lot of scientists say we should ditch the toilet paper altogether. They said wiping your backside.
It would help whenever there's a storm forecast in this area.
What?
Everyone wouldn't have to go to the store for toilet paper.
I know,
and
that's
milk
true.
And bread.
If y'all had bidets, there'd be more milk and bread on the shelves when there's storms coming. That is true. What else do they buy? Milk,
bread, and toilet
paper. It's been long debated if toilet paper should be folded, quilted, antibacterial, and used in a wiping or patting fashion. And here are the experts. They're saying, according to Japanese scientists, swapping the paper for a bidet, and we've had Matt is on the show, and even Ian has said the bidet has changed their life. So let's find out how we're wiping. Are we wiping
properly?
This is very important. Charmin and all those brands have done a good job making us think that toilet paper is hygienic. And this doctor says it's really not. So let's find out. I'm trying to figure. Okay, first, one-ply toilet paper.
Has to be more hygienic than doing nothing and just pulling up your pants with crap in.
Well, no, you have to do something. You can't just.
You'd be wearing
You're
crap all the time.
You're gonna have skid marks in your underwear the whole time, your whole day. You can't do that. What are you talking about over there?
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, are wipes more hypergenic than toilet paper then?
Well, I would imagine that's be more. That's we clean up the kids.
I know, but it's nasty. You should have seen what Beckett did to me the other day.
I'm starting to think that maybe
yesterday
they cause.
Beckett was everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what's worse, a 6-month-old poopy diaper,
Yesterday,
or
the 6 months.
picking up runny dog poo in the yard.
I don't know. Yesterday it was.
Which is worse?
It was everywhere. I mean, we had to put him in the sink.
Because it was turd all over.
Oh, yeah. It was all up his side and out his diaper and up his pajamas. And it was.
I hope people don't eat dinner while they're listening to the show.
In the creases of his legs. And
we do talk a lot about poop.
It was nuts.
And if you're eating, I apologize. We probably should put a disclaimer.
But he hadn't gone all day Sunday, so Monday he let it rip.
Well, when you got to go, you got to go. Might as well do it while Grammy's there and clean him up.
Mm-hmm.
Was he crying when he got in the...
No, we sprayed him with the
All right, we're going to... You know what? We'll come back. I'll tell you how we were wiping. We'll talk about wiping, come back, but then I also want to talk about Fen. So I want to finish the wiping. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll tell you what you're doing wrong with your wiping your bottom. We'll finish up with Beckett's poop. And then Fen will not do this. He used to love doing this. He doesn't like doing it anymore. And we'll talk about that coming up next. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world. Or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great-looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. So we were talking about, we were talking about Beckett and his poop. Pooped all up his, just a blowout.
The side,
a major blowout.
Major blowout.
And
that little pocket in the back, it didn't. It went down the side. It went around the side of his leg and all over.
I'm jumping around because I really didn't have a lot of time to. I was hoping to do more, to have this set up, correctly, but it's kind of gotten away from me a little bit. So we'll come back to the Fen thing and what he's not doing now. But we're going to talk about wiping. Because, people they're probably on the edge of their seats. They might be on the toilet seat right now. So what do I do? Yeah. Am I wiping wrong? What I got? Yeah. I don't have a bidet.
Am I supposed to pad? Am I supposed to wipe?
Honey, get the hose.
It's from front to back, they say, but it's padding or
let's
wiping
find
or
out.
what?
Let's find out. Of course, one-ply paper, as we know, is rough. I mean, let's face it. If you're going to the dollar store and you're buying the one-ply, you're going to cause yourself some open wounds, and you might be in infection risk because the way that, especially if you're one of those people that like to really dig in there and make sure it's
you use one ply and then you just get a lot of it. Honey.
Yeah. But that's where the whole roll goes, and then your finger pops through. And next thing you know, now you've got more problems because you got doo-doo on your finger. Anyway, so that's roughing. Can be rough on the skin, delicate tissue. It causes hemorrhoids, swollen veins in the rectum, and sometimes bleeding, depending on how you wipe. Aggressive rubbing, scrubbing, especially with soaps and cleansers, can irritate the skin. Wiping front to back is also key, particularly for women. UTIs are a concern for women because of their urethra, shorter than a man's, makes it easier for the bacteria to get to the bladder. Nearly 1 in 3 women have also had at least one UTI requiring antibiotics. You haven't had when was the last time you had a UTI? Not that
a long time ago.
Men also are susceptible to
Since
infection.
I've been on my kabuka,
it kind of went away a little bit. Mm-hmm. One study found that not shutting the lid first spread 10 times more bacteria, but we just kind of.
I know they said that, but I thought the Mythbusters said that shutting the lid did help. There was less bacteria on the toothbrush in the bathroom if you shut the lid than on the. Basically,
my mic is falling. Basically, what this guy is saying is, if you look at it, think about he's talking about ditching the toilet paper. That's basically what he's saying. Because wiping in general is, depending on how you wipe.
So have a water bottle and squirt your behind and then, but you still need toilet paper to pat dry.
Can't you just shake your booty above the toilet?
Just, unless you put a fan
squat.
in there.
You know what? You do what's that? You do the, when they do the.
Hokey pokey?
No, not the. The hokey pokey.
The bird dance?
No, when you do that, how it was like I don't know. I know Penny's screaming at me now. They would get down and they would shake their booty. they would, you know what I'm talking about? Damn it. Terry, you're supposed to help me out on this. I can't remember what it's called. They would shake their booty. Like really fierce.
Gyrate.
Yeah, like gyrating. Yeah, that's how you wipe it. That's how you get it nice and dry. But then that doesn't do any good because now you're just throwing all your
crap everywhere.
I mean,
your dirty water.
Well, if you just spray, the dirty water is going. It's even worse than just flushing. Now you're doing the double.
Like a dog shaking.
You shake your bootay.
Yeah, that's why I say you still need the toilet paper because you could pat and throw it in the trash can instead.
I can't think what that's called.
Because if you watered it first, then it wouldn't be nasty, and you pat dry, and you're out of there.
I just cannot think of what that's called. They had a name for it when they would. I can't think. I'm losing.
Lap dance.
No, it's not a lap dance. There's nobody else in there when you're taking a dump. What are you talking about? Who's in the bathroom with you is what I want to know.
I want to know what you're trying to say.
Well, it was like a dance, and they would stand up and they would go like this. They go. I don't know. I can't do it. It's a good thing we don't have video. That was disgusting.
The most I've ever seen you move your.
And that wasn't even graceful at all. That was awful. But I want to know who you're lap dancing in the bathroom to get your butt clean.
Well, that's what they do when they lap dance, too. They rub their
No, that's not what
Gucci's all over you.
I know I'm going to hear this. I know it.
No, Penny will tell you. Huh?
I know I'm going to hear it.
Well, maybe
she'll tell me what it's called. I can't think of what it's. There's a name for it. I'll have to look it up. But anyway. Okay, so Fen. Let's get to Fen. Now, my 2-year-old grandson, love him to death, and my 6 going to be, right? Well, this is going to be March when this comes out. So he's going to be 6 months. It's just hard to believe. Well, Fen used to be, not only is he is a good eater, still a good eater. God bless him there. I mean, he has his days, just like all kids. He used to be so good. He used to love to take a bath, take his dinosaurs, take a bath. Well, something happened with him and his cousin, and they were in the bathtub somehow. I don't know.
in the bathroom. I don't know if they were in the bathtub or the bathroom.
She must have turned the
shower on.
And of course the shower head was on, so the shower was on
instead of the bathtub.
And they all got soaked, and he will not. I was telling Diane, I put a swimsuit on and got in the water, thinking like a pool, he would get in. And I had his pants down to around his knees because he said in. And then he looked up at the shower and he's like, no. And he wouldn't get in.
Yeah, he won't. And she even tried taking the shower down, I think, last night.
What do you mean, taking it down?
Theirs is like you can take it and put it around.
Oh, that's right. They have that. Yeah, you can take it off.
So she tried to take it down and he still would not get in. Now, I don't know if RJ ended up just putting him in and letting him scream. Because the one day he got in for me, I got everything off of him. He got in, and then done. And I washed him down. I just took a rag and soaped him down and rinsed him off with his cup, and he screamed through the whole thing. And I didn't even wash his hair. He just screamed, I'm done. He was so mad at me.
He used to love
a temper tantrum.
The bubbles, that was the thing. Make more bubbles. And he'd put them on the dinosaurs.
And I started to put bubbles. I said, you want bubbles in? No, all done before he even gets in most of the time. So
I don't know what traumatized him, but something just, yeah. And he's going to
not take a bath.
Going to walk around like a pig pen from Charlie Brown pretty soon if he keeps it up. He's going to have his own little dust pile wherever he goes. I don't know.
Or maybe she cried because maybe she got soap in her eyes or something, and she cried and scared.
I don't know. But they weren't They weren't taking a bath together.
No, they
were
turned on the water
in the bathroom.
The shower was on, and
so something spooked him big time. Mm-hmm. So now he wants. So if you have any suggestions on how to help a 2-year-old, because I'm hoping he doesn't last too long. Because I was thinking
swimming's coming.
I know swimming's coming. I have that pool for nothing. I hope everything's good down there. I haven't really checked on it. But, I don't want to, my whole thing is I wanted him to be able to enjoy the pool, and I thought maybe putting a swimsuit on, getting in the bathtub with him, that would help break the ice. And I really thought I had an idea, but it wasn't a good idea. So
he flipped out. He wanted you out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He kept pointing out here,
He likes it when you sit on the outside and he plays with the
But
dinosaurs.
he wouldn't get in.
And he gets them usually full of bubbles, and then he calls them ghost dinos, and he has them do cannonballs in there and everything.
Yeah, it was so disappointing. It really was. Anyway, I got the next subject. You ready?
Yeah.
We'll get off of Fenn, and because it's disappointing. I was hoping Grandpa would save the day.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Grandpa didn't save the day. There's 7 things that can make you, ladies, more and instantly irresistible to men, and the traits that most men could care less about. This was done by matchmaker Luann Ward, and she names these 7 things that men care about in women. Are you ready?
Yep.
We'll see if any of these that I find irresistible in you. Of course, there's, right now, all those sounds that you were making earlier. Oh, yeah. Oh, tell me more.
I'm doing the mewing.
The mewing. All right, number 7. You ready? These are things that, according to a dating expert, that is very important to a man to make you, ladies, more irresistible. Number 7, ability to control your emotions and be rational. So just control your emotions. Can you do that, Terri?
Most of the time.
Number 6, how caring and kind you are. These are basic. These are things that they're looking for in a wife. Number 5, your ability to admit when you're wrong.
I admit when I'm wrong at work.
Some people, that's. What do you mean at work?
Do I do it around here? I'm not wrong too much around here.
Yeah. Well,
it's my house and I want it my way.
Yeah, and every time you say, you probably threw it away, but you're wrong most of the time.
Okay. A thing I couldn't find today was the juicer. White thing had a juicer thing on the top. I did lemons, and
that was in the. It was in the bottom underneath the island. That's where it was.
Oh, I didn't.
That's where it was.
I did have it in the corner cupboard for a long time.
I think it moved down there because it kept getting.
Okay, because I couldn't find it today.
I think it's behind all the beans.
Because I wanted a lemon juicer.
The beans and all the natural crap that we have that is just piling up.
It's not beans. It's just natural crap.
It's a lot of natural crap. Well, you have a lot of the cocoa, the coconut, the flour, something like that.
Cocoa, yeah. Flax seeds, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we have to?
No.
Oh, okay. Where are we at? Number 5. Number 4. This is a good one. Can you guess what it is?
Kissing.
Sort of.
No, it's
more
not.
Involved. Your sex drive is number 4. That makes you irresistible.
When you're dating, you're not supposed to know that.
Huh?
When you're dating, you're not supposed to know that.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know what year was when we'd started dating. Well, we didn't. We had one date. No, we had one date. You cleaned out my tonsils, and then that was it. I was hooked for life.
You're so.
I've never seen anybody that could do that with their tongue.
You're so full of it. You're so full of it.
It's like you brush my teeth and kiss me at the same time. It was amazing.
You're so full of it.
You could make it go in circles, and then it was like a. No, never mind. I was going to say it was like a power jet.
You're so full of it. You're so full of it.
It was so good. All the days when we were young. So we get older, you get lazy. You don't do that stuff anymore. Number 3, being supportive of his goals and dreams, which you always have been. You've always, you're sitting here now.
Married, you didn't tell me all of them until we got married.
You're sitting here now, doing a podcast, and we're just opening ourselves up to whatever world is listening.
Yes.
And, we're letting people in. And I think that's,
you
try
didn't
to
go
have
to
some fun.
broadcasting school until we got married because I didn't know that's something you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You were interested in.
But you were always supportive, and I appreciate that. Number 2.
I drove you to school every day, every time you had to go.
Yeah, you did. The way you look physically is very important. Number 2. It says and. So it says the way you look physically but I don't know what the other and is because there's nothing here.
Oh,
It just says and. So I don't know what happened.
okay.
I lost the and part. But how you look physically. And number 1, the ability to be feminine. So that's important to a man to make you irresistible. Now, here are the ones that are not important to guys. Number 7, the collection of designer wardrobe items. They don't care. They don't care about your Gucci purse
Well,
or
that's
your
good because I never was
Vera
into,
Wang.
I was never
Is
into
that one?
designer. Yeah,
Vera Wang.
Yeah.
Number 6, social media and how many followers you have. Don't care.
I'm not into that either.
You don't even, yeah. Number 5, independence. They like that you're independent, but they really don't care. Number 4, financial status and how rich your parents are.
Well,
Might want to see a bank statement,
Yeah.
It'll be.
Make
If they
sure you're
ask
not-
for one, then
make sure they're not in debt too far, huh?
not important your career. I guess I don't want to say they should support you in whatever career you have, but it's not important. It's not like, you're a CEO. That doesn't make you more irresistible than if you were, a waitress or, a cashier. It doesn't make any difference. Number 2, your busy social life. They really don't care how busy your social life is. And the number 1, not important to men, academic achievements. Men are not apparently, especially if you have more achievements, which you do more than I do. So that's okay.
But a lot of women, really, that are academically achievers and like lawyers and that, I think they care whether the men are at least educated that they're with.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I think so too. Yeah. It makes, yeah.
At least they have an education.
Some
they don't want
guys-
to be with someone who,
I think there's some guys that if the wife, now I wouldn't care. If you made more money than I did, I wouldn't bother me one bit. And obviously that's how Nathan is. Nathan's home.
but Nathan did
But
make more
he
when
did.
he was working.
Right. But he's home. She makes the money. He stays and he does
Everything.
does everything. And that, I think it's great. And that's how it wouldn't bother me one freaking bit if you made more money or whatever. Or vice versa. I don't think you care.
And she doesn't want him to go back to work.
Right. Because it's working for them. And if that's how it works and they can do it, God bless them. Go for it.
But he did. He put her through school making
did.
really good money.
He did, and then he was still making good money,
Yeah,
more money,
even
even though she was a doctor.
graduated. Yeah, and
That was funny. She's like, I can't believe it.
I've got
How many-
$300,000
right.
worth of debt, and you're making
He goes to
$40,000 more than me.
1 year of college and he's making more, yeah, it just depends on what you get into. We're going to finish up with the real reason your child won't eat vegetables. Now, Fen does pretty good. He eats and now he's been soaking your cucumbers in
Well,
water.
he saw me put cucumber and lemon in my water, and so
See?
he wanted to play in it. He wanted to play in it, and then he wanted a whole big piece of cucumber, and he'd plop it so it'd splash up in his face. That's why I don't understand the bath thing.
Right.
Because the cucumber water splashed him in the face, and he didn't quit doing it.
Yeah.
And it had lemon in it, too, so it could have burned his eyes.
So this study is suggesting that the parents are to blame for kids not eating vegetables. Because
They
of
didn't
the
give them to 'em when
facial
they're little.
expressions that they make when they eat the vegetables. Because if they're not big fans, and you kind of go, you make that bitter beer face when you're eating, and when you seem like you're visibly, or you visibly dislike something, the kids are going to be like, well, if he doesn't or she doesn't,
Like it.
mom
Why-
and dad doesn't like it,
Then why
I'm
should I
not
eat
gonna
it?
like it.
Mm-hmm.
But if a child sees you eating vegetables and liking it, it can have a positive effect. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to like it.
Well, he started eating cucumbers out of my salad
The
and lettuce.
lettuce
The lettuce, he'll eat the lettuce
with nothing
now.
on it,
And
right?
right, yeah, I don't put dressing on it. He'll eat the lettuce, he'll eat the cucumbers, he'll eat avocado, I don't know if he's really tried the celery. He's tomato, I'm trying to think carrots, but then he never really ate them. Then he wanted carrots one day, like the little baby carrots.
Right.
But he never really put them in his mouth and chewed them. But
Yeah. But I mean, it's just, I mean, as a baby, he was getting like, it was weird because some of the combinations seemed strange.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like bananas and, I'm trying to think of a vegetable. It was weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Spinach and
spinach and
apricots or
Yeah,
whatever. It
yeah.
was just so like, what?
yeah, they don't do baby food like they did when our kids. You had peas, you had green beans, you had everything was separate. Now they put the fruits and vegetables together, which I don't know if that's good because now the kids are not learning to eat vegetables by themselves.
Yeah, because it has that sweet, it might have that, although if you've ever tasted baby food, it doesn't really have
a lot of
a lot of sugar in it.
I know, but that fruit would make the vegetable taste better.
Yeah. But I see my whole thing is if you separate the two and you give them vegetables, well, you give them spinach or a green bean or whatever, and then you bring in maybe the fruit as a dessert. But now we're mixing them together. I don't know. I guess
I don't know, but I mean, as soon as my kids were able to, they ate regular vegetables. As soon as they had a couple teeth, I put peas on their high chair.
Peas. Yeah, he used to eat peas.
He used to eat peas all the time. But, I would put peas on their high chair. And whatever we were eating, I would sit them in their high chair and just let them have finger food.
Right. So here's if you have fussy eaters, we'll leave on this. If you have some fussy eaters, there's some tips to help with that. First of all, set a good example by eating together as a family, which, a lot of families have, a lot of people work in more than one job. Hard to gather everybody together. But if you could get people together, even if it's 1 or 2 nights a week, it's better than not at all.
We ate every night together.
We did. We always ate together. My dad was later, so we'd eat earlier than him. But for the most part, when he was home on the weekend, we would eat together. Schedule regular meal times. I think that's important too. Mm-hmm. You have a meal time,
and
5,
I know it's
6,
hard
7.
when your kids get a little older and they're in sports and you're running constantly.
You got to feed them first so they can get out to whatever practice they have to do. Mm-hmm. Kids get involved with food preparation, which is good too. Fen likes to get in there and make cookies and
put the blueberries in the pancakes.
In the pancakes, right. Try to have one meal time, not like several, I guess. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like try to keep everybody together one time. Turn the TV off and take away the phones. It doesn't say that on here, but the TV's one thing, but the phones, we gotta do better as a society. We really do. We're not communicating, and not just. I'm not talking about to our kids.
And
I'm talking about 2 adults.
Everyone texts. No one calls anyone anymore. And I don't. Yeah.
I mean, texting is good for certain things.
Yeah. I mean, like today, I was leaving the dentist office.
And you text Nathan on my way.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
He knew I was 3 minutes away because I was right across the highway from him.
Just a heads up. I mean, I just think if you're going to write this book of his text, let's have communication. But I'm talking about you go to dinner and just put the phone away, look in each other's eyes, talk, communicate. I think it's going to open up a whole new world.
How was your day?
People. Yeah, how was your day?
Anything happened at school today?
What color is your stool? That kind of stuff just makes a difference. Is it still green? That kind of. Right.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, you've already done it. We already talked about it. Try to keep mealtimes calm and stress-free, and then remove rewards or bribes or punishments for fussy eaters, which is easy to do. Sometimes you just want to.
My mom used to bargain for bites. You can get down from the table if you take 2 bites apiece or 3 bites apiece, if it was something we didn't like. So we shoved 3 bites down our throats just so we could leave.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your tastes change, and just by tasting it, and then the next time it'll taste, it's not as bad as it was last time. Well, then she might up the bites too. So.
All right. Next time we come back, we're going to talk about how many times people have make love during the week. That's our next week's topic.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm sitting there. I was going to talk about it today, but we didn't get to it. This is the average person makes love this many times a week, and we'll see if you are cutting the mustard.
I know I'm not. It is.
No, you're cutting the garlic. She puts garlic cloves around her neck.
Dwindled down in my older age.
Yeah, it's dwindled all right.
Okay.
All right, we'll leave it at that. We'll talk about that next week. So don't forget to subscribe every Monday. We have a new episode that comes out. And don't forget about SpeakPipe. Go on the bottom of our little the bottom of our episode, you'll see a description of the episode. And at the bottom, it'll have our website, which is justtalkingoutloud@gmail.com. Or you can have that's our website. Yeah, and then our Facebook page. And what did I say? Did I say Just Talking Out Loud? Or what did I say?
Just Talking Out Loud.
Okay. I feel like I said the radio station. Then also SpeakPipe is there too. Click on it. You can leave a message, and I will try to remember to look at that. So please do that. I have a couple because this is early.
So you're going to pick a day that you're going to look at them like before
I have to pick before we go on.
Going. Okay.
And then hopefully make a list of everybody that wants to say something. So SpeakPipe's on there now, Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe, and also pass along those little teasers that we put on Facebook and Twitter and X. I'm sorry, X. Follow us on X. It's not Twitter anymore. It's X. And so thank you so much for listening, and we're out.
Have a great week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.